Hi, my name's Jen, and I want to talk about my walk through healing. Um, I had made a video some time ago, and I posted it about how to receive healing because the Lord had really shown me some things, some amazing things on how to receive healing that I've never heard anyone be able to teach before, in a way that didn't seem so hard or understandable. I just wanted to kind of talk about my walk through it. Um, that all of us, all of us have received afflictions, and you know, we live in a fallen world, and there's a lot of bad things going on, and so a lot of us have experienced some pretty bad things, trauma, things that we were victimized, and just abuse, so much stuff. There's just so much awfulness and sadness and sorrows, and I I myself had experienced so much, and I just didn't know how much it was holding me down in areas of my life, or chaining me to it, or making me a slave to parts of it, and like fear and anxiety. I mean, there's still some things that I'm walking through, as far as receiving healing for those things. I mean, it's not to say that I'll never feel fear or anxiety, but I won't, I know I've already been so freed from so much already that I know I don't have to be a slave to it. And, I really suffered from anxiety and fear so much that I would avoid anywhere from people to events, things, not everything. It just depended on what the situation was, if I felt comfortable or not. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, when I was a little girl, I was like 3 years old. This is the first affliction I ever received that the Lord revealed to me. And another little girl who was about 5 or so talked me into going down to this little creek that was behind our little housing addition. And it was not very deep. It was like 4 or 5 inches, maybe 3, I don't know. And I don't remember what happened, but whatever it was, it caused her to be displeased with me, and she held my face under the water. And I remember being terrified and opening my eyes and blinking my eyes under the water and wondering if she was going to let me go. And so that was my first affliction. And the causes of that affliction was my fear to be displeasing to people, to the point where I would I would have these desires and dreams to invite people over to my house for cookouts and, do all these things that I wanted to do. But the fear that I would be displeasing to someone, that I wouldn't be entertainment enough, that I wouldn't be everything that they thought that I should be, it all held me back. It held me back. And it's so sad to think that for so many years, I'm 42 now, for so many years I was held captive by that fear. And so walking through that, it really freed me so much. I know I have more to go because it's not the only thing that ever happened to me in my life. I mean, like I said, I'm 42. There's been so much that's happened to me, and I know that there's been so much that's happened to you too. And I just feel so strongly to make this testimony so that you know that you're not alone, and there is answers, and there is freedom. There's freedom from the bondage to anger. There's freedom to the bondage of fear and anxiety and depression and all of those awful things, and there's an answer. And I just want you to know that, I mean, I I've had some bad things happen to me. When I was 12 years old, I'm going to get kind of graphic, a little more graphic than I'm comfortable with, but I want to go ahead and share this. When I was 12 years old, we lived, my mom and my brother and I lived with a man, and he molested me. And he told me that I was going to grow up to be a whore. And I don't know what else he did to me. I know now that the Lord protected me from some of it. He blocked my memory from it. And when it came time to receive healing in that area, I remember I was terrified to ask the question, Lord, show me what afflictions have caused me to be this way. And I was so afraid to ask it. It was almost so painful to even ask the question. It was just so hard to even bring myself to say it. But the minute I said it, I heard angels. They said, he took it. He took it. I didn't even have to suffer through the memory and agony of memorizing it, walking through it. He just took it. And some of the things I did have to walk through, the things that weren't so hard, that were hard, yes, but not that hard. And he showed me a vision of, I was like down in this black tunnel, and there was like a couch down there, and there was a TV, and it was comfortable down there. But I was like a prisoner in there, even though it was comfortable. And there was a tunnel that led at an angle upwards. And through the tunnel, I could see it was a spiky tunnel. It was like black rock spikes. And through the tunnel, though, I could see like beautiful sky. A beautiful, beautiful sky. And I wanted to be in that beauty. But through that tunnel was a pain to be dreaded. But what was on the other side was so beautiful. And where I was at, yes, it was comfortable. But if I wanted to go up there to that beautiful place, I had to push through that pain that was to be dreaded. So I knew after he gave me that vision, I just had to start pushing through it. So I would just ask the Lord, Lord, what afflictions have caused me to be this way? And he would show me. I would see myself in that place where I was hurt. And I would just start walking through it and telling him, Lord, it hurts so much that he did this to me. Why? Why would he do this to me? It made me feel so awful. And I just kept walking through it. And I would say, just please take all of this that I'm walking through with you today, Lord, and heal me of it. Heal me, Lord. Take it. And I would feel it leaving me. I would feel it leaving me. And I would start to notice little things here and there. Suddenly, things that used to make me anxious, nervous, or fearful didn't quite make me so anxious or fearful anymore, or a little less sorrow seemed to be gone from me. It was like I began to feel a goodness on the inside. It was like God made me aware at one point of my soul. So aware that it felt like it was sick. Like when you're getting sick and you have like pneumonia or the flu or something, and you just feel so achy and you just feel so sickly. It was like my soul felt so sickly. And he made me aware of when I walked through this one little area in my life, I felt a goodness in that little area on my soul. It was like purity or something. It was beautiful. It was like freeing there. It was like a breath of fresh air. I don't know how to explain it any more than that. I mean, it was just, it was amazing, and it just encouraged me and made me want to, okay, soon my whole soul is going to feel like this. I'm going to keep going. But I want you to know that there was a point where I was like pushing myself, and I wanted to go through more. I just wanted to keep going, keep going, keep going, because once I figured out, wow, this is really working, this is really helping me, I wanted to go through too much at once. And the Lord said, no, do you want to fall into a deep depression? He was saying it's too much for me to go through at one time. So he won't let you go through more than you can handle in a day, in a session, in those sessions with God. And he will guide you. I noticed that certain things would become prominent to me. They would stand out more when it was time to walk through healing in that area. Like maybe I was emotional over this, or frustrations over that, or I was acting this certain way, and it was really standing out to me. And it was time for me to sit down and say, okay, Lord, what afflictions have caused me to be this way? And I know I still have a little ways to go. I've walked through a lot. It was the hardest things first. Now it's the smaller things. And I'm here to tell you, I feel so much better. It's not like you forget the pain. You always remember that pain, but you don't suffer it anymore. And you're not a slave to it anymore. And you'll wake up and you'll feel happier. Just a little happier each time. A little less depressed, a little less fearful, a little less oppressed, a little more joyful. Looking a little more forward to things that you didn't know if you could ever really truly enjoy in your life. And things start to transform into being a little more beautiful. And it's a walk that I'm continuing. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard at times. But it's amazing once you finally say those words after you walked through it. Take all this, Lord, and heal me. Yes, there will be some sessions where you cry so hard. But the next day, or even right at the end of that session, you will feel a difference. There will be times where you don't really cry so much, but you're just going through those things, but you feel the burdens lifted. When you say those words, Lord, take all this and heal me of it. Calm me, soothe me, comfort me, bring me peace, Lord. He is so ever faithful. He is truly our healer in our minds, hearts, body, and soul. I hope that whatever it is that you've gone through in your life, that you will reach out to the Lord. Ask Him to heal you. Ask Him to help you understand how to receive that healing, how to walk through it. It's like finally getting to tell somebody all those dark secrets you never could tell anybody. The fear of trusting somebody with such secrets. You don't have to fear that with God, because He loves us so much. He's not a gossiper. He's not a backstabber. He's not someone who will use it against you and hurt you with it. He longs and yearns to heal us from it. He wants so much for us to reach out and receive that healing, because He wants us to come up out of that dim, dank, dark, comfortable place where we're not really living, where we're not really experiencing the beauty of life, the beauty He intended for us. He wants to help us come through that pain to be dreaded, through it. And He's waiting up there to grab your hand as it shoves through and pull you out and live. Live beautifully. Live the way He intended. Live the way He wants to bless you in it. He wants to bless you with the beauty of life. He loves you. He loves us all. He is truly our healer, and He is truly our counselor, and our Father, and our friend, and our provider. I pray right now that you reach out to the Lord and you call out to Him and you say, Lord, I want freedom. I want to be healed. Walk me through this. Teach me how. Show me. Guide me, Lord. I want that beauty up there. I want that beauty. I pray this, that you reach out to the Lord right now. In the name of Jesus Christ, reach out to Him, because there's so much more. So much to be thankful for, so much to enjoy. Truly enjoy without all those bondages. I pray you reach out to Him. I'm gonna put an attachment, a card on how to receive healing, and I pray that you click on that card and you watch that video. And if you go through some sessions and you want to go, you want to get refreshed on it, watch it again, however many times it takes. Ask for God to fill you with all the knowledge, wisdom, understanding, revelations, insight, to help you understand. Pray for that. Ask Him. He will guide you. He's holding His hand out. He's yearning for you to take His hand. He wants to hold you and comfort you and heal you.